All right, everyone, I am back, and now we're going to be working on the weaving. I did a few below just because it's easier to see up here. So with weaving, you're going to do the same technique, but a little bit different. We're going to start by taking a slice, and then what we're going to do is, this is all, you want to hold your comb like this with the two fingers there, and it's going to be gently bumping. You never want to dig like that, because if I go like this, I'm going to get a very nasty result and not at all the highlighted look that I want. So you can, if you want to do what they call large weaves, you're going to go in like this, move your comb in longer, tilt the hair to the side, and hold. Large weaves will look something like this. And there's always some variation in there, and that will create kind of that natural or even more rock star look, if you will. For the more edgier looks, I do more slicing because they're more intense. The weaving, larger weaves are a little bit more noticeable. And it's very important, if you're highlighting very curly hair, you want to smooth it out, and you want to do large weaves, because if I do fine weaves, I will never be able to see that when the hair goes curly again. And the same is true just for slicing. I want to start in the middle. I want to gently go like this and saturate the hair. I prefer slicing over weaving, but there's times when I'll use both, where I'll do a weave and a slice to give the hair some more intensity. And this is not just for bleach. You can also use this for hair color. You can use it with high lift hair color. Let's say the client comes in and the client is a level 6 natural blonde, or even a level 7, which is better, and she wants to be platinum. You can take your high lift color shades and you can weave them in. And another thing that I do too sometimes, only because this mannequin is kind of frazzled, is I take some oil and I use diamond oil, and I put just 3 drops in my bleach. Before the whole Olaplex trend, I actually would do that. And this is like years ago, like back in 2010 when I would do friends' hair. Because that's when I started doing hair, actually, around 2010. I would do friends' hair, I would do my own. And ever since then, I've been learning like new techniques. And before the whole Olaplex and the bond protectors, when we didn't have as many options as we do now, I would use either some kind of oil or some kind of protectant. Mix just a tiny bit in the bleach just so I don't dilute it. And obviously it's not going to completely save the hair from damage, but it's better than nothing. I know my cosmetology school teacher, she was telling me about her mom. Her mom, who did hair years ago in the 30s, they would use a special type of soap that was really alkaline, and they used to put olive oil in there to condition their hair. So it's just amazing to see how far we come in the industry. And I did another weave right there, if you can see. Another thing is, do this at your own discretion. I am a professional. You can highlight your hair at home, however, because I understand that not everyone has the money for a salon. If you do have trouble, always go to a professional. And another thing is to highlight and weave your own hair. It is possible. I have done my own before when I was not a professional. However, it is difficult, and ask for help. That's all I can say. If you ever need help doing your own hair at home using bleach, more help is better, because fixing a bleach mistake can be complicated depending on what you do, and then sometimes it will be more damaging than the color mistakes. Color mistakes, not always will they, you really won't make your hair fall out with color. However, with bleach, if you're not careful, and I'll do a video on that, you can melt your hair right off and cause permanent scalp damage. So please keep that in mind. I don't want to scare anyone. However, I want to be real with you guys, because this is a real risk that you run when using bleach. Another thing too you'll learn is highlighting short hair is a real pain in the butt. Medium length hair that fits in the foil, which is a blessing when it happens, needless to say, is amazing. So again, you want to, make sure the hair is nice and smooth. Hold the hair. Let me see if I can get a better shot. Hold the hair, and I'm going to do a smaller weave. And there you go. And that's a smaller weave. You get more finer slices in there. Finer weaves are good for that client who has very fine hair, and that's when you're going to do fine weaves. Like I said before, you would never do fine weaves on small weaves on people with curly, especially wavy hair, because you won't see it. On fine hair, if you do thick weaves or big weaves, you could definitely do that, and there's no problem with that. Just know that there's going to be a huge contrast, and that may be warranted, that may not be warranted. It may be what the client's looking for, it may not be what the client is looking for. It's really all about the look, and when you get the basics down, like the mechanics in this, you can create any look that you would like. You can do a mixture of both. I've done a large weave, small weave, medium weave, and I've reversed them. Try that at home on your mannequin and see the different results that you get. And before I forget, on this section I mixed a new batch of bleach. I'm doing that for each section so the results are consistent with lifting. Bleach that's exposed to oxygen is not a good thing because bleach craves oxygen, and that's why we put foils on there. Some of the older style bleaches, like basic white, they would swell up so big that sometimes they come out of the foil. So when I would highlight with basic white back in the day, I used to leave room, as crazy as that would sound, because what would happen if I didn't do that, and I went close to the scalp like I'm doing here with the highlights, the bleach would blow out of it and then go onto the scalp, causing bleeding and scalp irritation. I've learned most of the mistakes on myself, thank goodness, and not clients. However, you make the mistake with bleach once, chances are you'll never do it again. And I'm going to do just one more. And then I'll move on to either balayage or virgin bleach. I'm thinking virgin bleach because that one takes the most time and it's got a lot of information on it. And this bleach too, I forgot to mention, is purple, if you can see it. And that's because the bleach has a base in it. The purple is going to neutralize the yellow undertones. It will not neutralize blue. I mean, not blue, orange. The only thing that will neutralize orange would be a blue-based bleach, and those are amazing. A while ago, they even had, I don't know if they have it, but Kaleidocolors, they had a gold bleach for whatever reason, and that is really good for that vintage 90s frosted look. And one company a while ago, I forgot which one, they had a green-based bleach, and that's for red tones. Usually really good for doing dark hair with. So I'm going to finish foiling her with weaving, and then I'm going to go on to the virgin bleach.